Hi everyone, I'm Andre Napolitano. I'm Brazilian and Italian citizen. That being said, I'm an immigrant. And I've had the privilege and the challenge of building a career in companies where I didn't always see people who looked like me. But I was lucky. I landed in teams that didn't just talk about inclusion, they practiced it. At my current company, I've had the chance to help shape what inclusion actually looked like from the inside. So today isn't about theory, it's about what I've lived and what I've learned from it, about making DEI real. So let's bring right back to 2010. Back then, DEI meant posters in the break room, a checkbox training on your calendar, and maybe a slide in a company-wide meeting. Most companies weren't trying to build belonging. They were trying not to get sued. This was the scene: outdated PowerPoints, stale coffee, and a banner that said diversity but didn't really mean it. Also, on the walls will be compliance posters, not exactly the stuff that sparks innovation. Between 2015 and 2020, something shifted. McKinsey published research showing companies with more ethnic diversity were 36% more profitable. Suddenly, DEI wasn't just the right thing to do, it was the smart thing to do. Then 2020 happened. The racial justice protests forced companies to take a position. Pledges were made, ERGs got funding, board targets were set. This chart is what turned DEI from nice to have into a must-have. And ERGs, really once seen as extracurricular, became the heart of the company culture. Melody Hobson, in her TED Talk, said we need to be colorblind, not colorblind. And she's right. Ignoring race doesn't make bias disappear. It just makes it invisible. And the data agrees. Teams that talk openly about race generate 15% more ideas. That's not politics, that's performance. This is Melody's calls to action to speak up and lead better. Tim Cook said the same thing in fewer words. Diversity drives innovation, and the numbers back him up. Google's 2024 data shows diverse teams drove a 12% increase in emerging market share. Diversity isn't a value, it's a growth engine. This is what it looks like on a balance sheet. Now let's be fair. There are critics, and some raise valid questions. Heather McDonald says DEI undercuts meritocracy, but the EEOC's 2023 data shows no spike in reverse discrimination claims. The sky didn't really fall. She's raising alarm, but the data is really calm right now. Ben Shapiro argues that DEI kills free speech, but a 2022 Cornell University survey found that 75% of students feel safe expressing dissenting views. So yes, you can speak your mind. You just might have to do it with some empathy. Now let's talk governance. Credit Suisse found that boards with 30% women and 25% ethnically diverse directors had a 6% higher return on equity. That's not about political correctness, that's business performance again. When you build a board that reflects reality, you make decisions that work in reality. But let's not pretend it's all smooth sailing, right? Rigid quotas, risky. In some states, mandatory DEI training is now banned. And the SEC is about to start asking public companies to disclose their diversity metrics accurately. DEI isn't just for the big players. Startups with diverse founding teams raise 30% more venture capital. You don't need a chief DEI officer. You need a hiring process that's fair, consistent, and wide open. I've worked at big corporation companies. Now I work at a multinational company from Brazil. I've had to prove myself again and again and again. But when I found teams that value different perspectives, when I helped build those teams, that's when I stopped surviving and started contributing. BLS data shows inclusive firms reduce turnover by 8%. But here's what I've seen. When people feel seen, they stay, they lead, and they innovate. This isn't theory, this is lived experience. Because investors know. Teams with different lenses see different opportunities. My recommendations: Here's what I've seen work from experience, not just slides. Number one is to tie DEI to incentives. When equity is part of bonus formulas, priorities change. Number two, measure everything. We track hiring, retention, and inclusion quarterly. It drives accountability. Number three, standardize hiring. Blind resumes, diverse candidate slates, structured interviews. It's not complicated, it's just fair. Number four, encourage real dialogue. Safe spaces are good. Brave spaces are even better. Number five, scale is smart. Small companies, one ERG, one mentor. Big ones, board level targets and real transparency. This is about being perfect. It's about being intentional. Over time, that adds up to culture. To conclude, I didn't grow up around boardrooms. I have to earn my seat and then keep proving I deserve it. But here's what I know. When companies embed inclusion, not just declare it, everything improves. Culture, retention, and growth. And most importantly, people. Because the goal isn't just to let people win. The goal is to let them lead. Thank you. For more insight, check out these bonus talks. Cat Williams on Clipchamp 2024, sharp, honest, and hilarious. Pat Waldor's on Belonging at Work, Why Culture Keeps People. And Werner Meyer's on Walking Towards Bias, because pretending bias doesn't exist never works.